at least one fun activity that I would take away the most fun if we can't stay focused. Are you sure you all get it? Yes. You would have been sad. This is a really good one, but I can totally tell you what we would have done, or just been done with it. It would have saved me half hour class.
I just need.
All right. So, paying really close attention.
I just need the spot.
This is going to take about 20 minutes from this spot. Okay? And every little moment is scripted. Like I'm an actor.
He's the one that does it. That's on there now.
Okay, but I still get to play myself. But I'm an actor. So are you still in line the way I need you to be?
Yeah.
From tallest to shortest? Because it matters for this activity.
A color.
All right. We're about to take part in an activity that's a metaphor for the Revolutionary War. We're going to do a tug of war activity that kind of represents what happened during the Revolutionary War between England and the American colonies. Alright, I'm going to try to do everything. I'm going to try to make every decision based on history and what happened in history. So everything I do, every decision I make from here on out is because of history that I do. And you may not get it in the moment, but we'll talk about it at the end. If you get it in the moment, that's awesome. And I want you to be really excited about understanding how it's a metaphor, but I don't want you necessarily to tell other people that you get it. Because I'd love everyone to have the chance of figuring it out themselves. And it's not a test. You won't lose points if you don't get it. It's like a puzzle. Don't you want to solve some puzzles on your own and you don't want others to help you once in a while? Or at least you'd like a few seconds to try before somebody ruins it. So please don't ruin it for them. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to divide us up into tug of war teams, and I'm going to do it based on history. But I won't tell you any more about why I'm doing what I'm doing. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We have 24 tug of war participants. All right, it will not be 12 on 12 because we're going to have 3 separate teams. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to, remember, I want you to know the metaphor, but I don't want you to talk about the metaphor. Remember, right everyone? Really important. You can go, oh, but that's where the discussion stops. Okay. All right, so I am going to ask that the first, I'll say, 9 people will be on the red team. So let's see. I'm going to have you be on the red team. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are the red team. I'm going to do 8. Matthew, come on. Go over there, but don't look at red. It's going to be a lot. Just stand over there. Nobody gets inside the loop, though, okay? All right. Now, I'm going to make a blue team then. All right? The blue team, you know what? Actually, red team, come back for 1 second. I'm going to make the white team then. Come back to that line that you were in, because I forgot that the white team needs a couple of you. So I can't give you all to the red team. So let's see. Red, red, red. Red, red. And then we'll do... Remember, I'm doing acting for the whole thing. Do you guys remember this? This is all part of the acting. All right, so red, red, white team. Don't get mad yet. Red, 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 white, white. So red, can you go over there? I'm going to give you some more players, but I need some white players to go over there. White players. All right, so let's see. I still need a couple more reds and a couple more whites. All right, so let's see. I would like you to go white, 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 red, red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't take too many. All right, let's see. Let's have all of you guys be the blue team except Rachel, go join the white team. Right. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's give, Regan, go to the red team. All right, I'm okay with it. All right, now get up. Keep it quiet enough so you can hear me. Red team, you guys are going to start with 4 of you here. So let's do you 4. Okay? You 4 are going to come over here and start here, but you can't go until I tell you to go. Does that make sense?
No. Yes.
I mean, not in the history. Does it make sense direction-wise for tug of war? You get to go to the tug of war room when I tell you to go.
Okay.
Does that part make sense to you as far as directions? Good. All right. White team, you need to be sitting on the stage, on the steps. You guys, let's see, you guys get to start here on the rope. So line up how you'd like to be, but nobody in the loop. Nobody inside the loop. And I know you alternate, right? One on the left, one on the right. You guys know you typically alternate one on the left, one on the right. You can, because that person will be exactly like that. Like this one's 2 on the left, so we need somebody on the right. All right, so
Guys, maybe we should switch back.
you might want to switch back. It might actually be better. You don't have to pull though, it's not going to be. Alright. Give me 5. Awesome. So kiddos, here's what we're about to do. We're going to play a tug of war game between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1, 2, 3, 4, where they're going to join in when I tell them to. And you guys don't know what you're doing yet. Who do you think is going to win this tug of war game? Huh? Who do you think's going to win? Oh? Well, then let's do it. On your mark. On your mark. Get set. Wait a minute. All right. Here's the thing. Blue team. I've got something to tell you. If you guys happen to win this round of tug of war, you do not have to do the blog post. Okay? But you guys, I can't give you that same deal. Only them. Think about the metaphor. Think about the metaphor. On your mark. Get set. Wait a minute. Jeremy, I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to be able to let you get that prize even if you win. Just you. The rest of them can, but you can't get the prize, and there's a reason for it in history, but I can't tell you what that is. You'll have to all figure out what that reason is. So Jeremy, even if he wins this tug of war rope game, he can't get the prize of not doing the blog post. He still has to do it no matter what. On your mark.
Jeremy.
On your mark. Get set. Oh, wait a minute. You guys, you need, hey guys, this is the white team. The white team needs to stand up on the steps, and they can't go any closer. And they have to cheer for the blue team. You have to say, go blue team. Even if you want the red team to win, you have to pretend. On your mark. Get set. No. Here's the thing. I got a rule change. Here's the next rule change. If you guys would like to win, you have to get that blue scarf thingy. You have to get it past, let's see.
Oh my God.
Let's see. You got to get it past this point to win. But you guys, all you have to do is prevent them from getting it past that point. You don't have to actually pull it anywhere to win. You just have to prevent them from doing it in 20 seconds. If you can hold them up for 20 seconds, you guys win. But if they get it past that paper, they win. Does everyone understand the rules? You need to understand the rules. Do you understand them? Do you understand them? On your mark. Yep. I'm not helping anyone unless it's not going according to plan. If you guys get it, I'll go in and make it help to go according to plan. I do almost always jump in, but that's often for just a second or two to get it to go according to plan. On your marks. Get set. Oh, timeout, timeout, timeout. Rule change. I'm so sorry. All right, so here's what's got to happen. White team, over there. You guys are actually going to get to help the blue team. All of you. But you can't help until I tell you to, and it'll be after they are already there. You do not get a reward. No reward. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. On your mark. Get set. Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win? Yeah. All right. Let's see. Free. Go over there now. Who do you think's gonna win? Look behind you at the safety. Chairs are right over there. Don't run into them. We have to stop the match before we get too close to those. Look behind you. Watch the table. You can hang that way to the hallway. Hey kiddos, can you come with me about 3 feet? Walk with me. It's a little safer for you. Can you scooch that way a little bit?
But now we got a better chance of...
No, I'll move it a little bit more. All right, safety first. On your mark. Get set. Go. So, the reward was fake. Everyone still has to do the blog. It represented something as a metaphor in history that the blue team actually had. So let's talk about it. Can you hand me my book so I don't miss any of the things? So let's first talk. The red team. Who do you think they represented in history? Juliana? It was the British Army, that's exactly right. Did you get that, guys?
Yeah.
Red is British. Who do you think the blue team represented in history, Logan? The colonial, which is the Continental Army, we call it, right? Right? And then who do you think the white team represented? That was different. Addie? The French, because they sent soldiers in. And did you notice that the red was split up at the beginning? Why were they split up at the beginning? What did that represent, Brady?
Because the British had to travel all the way from England to the New World.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it represented the fact that they sent some British soldiers over, but to fight the war they had to keep sending more and more soldiers over, isn't that correct? Yeah. So it takes time to travel. And it wasn't, I mean, we did it all in really fast time, didn't we? Yeah. But we still were able to show you that it took a little bit of time to happen. So now I offered the blue team like a prize. If they won, they didn't have to do the blog post. It was a complete lie. But I told you that I'm an actor for the entire period, so you got to blame the actor, Mr. Sellers, not me, because I told you I'm acting the whole time. I was the actor, but, well, that's fine, but you gotta be mad at the, not me. So, kiddos, yeah, blame the director. Blame the writer. Kiddos, what did that represent when I said to the blue team, hey, you get a prize if you win? The prize is a blog post you don't have to do, but what really does that represent, Mason?
The freedom to make their own laws.
That's exactly right. The Americans were fighting for something. If they won, they got freedom. If the British won, they didn't get anything new out of it. They just got what they already had. So there was not really incentive for the British to fight very hard, other than to protect their country. And the Americans had a reason to fight. They really wanted to be able to make their own laws and have their own government. So that was a good reason. But I went up to Jeremy and I said, Jeremy, I'm sorry, you can't have the prize if you win. Why did I pick just Jeremy, and what did he represent, and why didn't he get the prize? Charlotte?
Maybe because he was loyalist. Can you think of some loyalist?
Well, he wasn't a loyalist, because the loyalists typically didn't fight in the war for the colonists. They didn't typically fight on the Continental Army side. Freya?
When I read about the Swivl thing, it said that they were only fighting for freedom. They thought it was worth dying. So if Jeremy was in fighting and he didn't even get freedom, then
Well, he would get freedom as far as the American colonists got freedom, but he didn't get freedom because he represented something different. Addie M?
was he a slave?
He was. He represented a slave. So, kiddos, did the slaves become free at the end of the Revolution?
No.
No, so even after fighting for the Continental Army, the slaves had to go back to being slaves and didn't get to be free. So Jeremy represented one of the people who were fighting in the war, but didn't have the prize to look forward to. They just fought in the war because they thought it was what they should be doing, what they needed to do. Or they were told by their masters to fight in the war. Addie? It could have. It could have, but Native Americans fought on both sides or neither side at different points. Most Native Americans chose to actually not fight at all, but then more of the ones fought for the British because, guys, think about this one, it's complicated. Remember back to the Proclamation of 1763, the rule was American colonists couldn't go past the Appalachian Mountains. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. Well, that was to protect us from the Native American, but it was also to protect the Native Americans from losing any more of their land. Do you guys get that at all? So those Native Americans who had already moved in the last 20 years because of this 1763 thing, once they moved, they didn't want to move again. So they figured if the British win, they're probably going to be more likely to protect our land west of the Mississippi, west of the Appalachians, than the American colonists would. Because if the Americans win, they're probably going to want to take over the entire country and pull it out again. So most of the Native Americans did have to fight for. If they fought for the British, they would probably be getting to keep their land west of the Appalachians. But if they fought for the Americans or let the Americans win, they felt like their homes may be taken. Do you sort of get that? Okay. So let's see, there were one or two other things. Why did the white team have to join late? Why did the white team join the blue team late? What was it? Matthew? Exactly. Didn't France come in later in the war? They realized
Yeah.
Do you remember they were cheering for him at first, though? Do you remember I said white team cheer for the blue team?
Yeah.
Why did they cheer from over there? Why were they cheering? Andy?
Because in the Battle of 1763, the British beat the French, so they were cheering.
Oh, well, that's true. The French hated the British. I didn't even think of it in that way. The French and the British have been fighting for hundreds of years, thousands of years probably. So, for one, France would never want to cheer for England back then. That's true. But there was another, like a small reason. Alan?
Maybe it was because they were like on the other side, like England was, so they were like on their homeland, and they were cheering.
Yeah. And I don't know why I'm fighting. Audrey, say it may not even be a good reason.
So they could get motivated?
Right. So here's the thing, guys. I don't even know if it's a good reason. It was just that France was supporting us by saying, we support you, for a long time before they actually sent troops. Do you know what I mean? They sent us money at first. They sent us, like, we hope you'll win, here's some guns. But they didn't really send us troops, and they didn't really do the naval battle things until later in the war. Eddie, you want to add to that?
Yeah, and it also said when you think that they had been like the French had been trading with them, so then they decided to support.
Okay. Anybody have anything else they want to add, Juliana, to any of the discussion?
Also, this side, the French might have not been even ready for the war. Because remember that like just a few years before, probably weren't ready for the war, and they were probably so scared of the British. So, and they were probably debating if they should go into the war or not.
So
So.
kiddos, that was our experience. It was a metaphor for the war. It happened quickly, but the setup was really what it was all about, and what everything represented was what it really was about. So what I want you to do is I'd like you to go back to your to the classroom, but I want you to work on the questions that we skipped from the History Live chapter, because that's probably pretty important. At least set up the blog post and publish it live, even with not much on it, so that you'll remember to get to it in the next week. And then just do whatever else we need to do before music to be ready for the quiz tomorrow. Do you guys understand?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to put the rope away. Can you please walk on the right with whispers and get started? I'll be there in a few minutes. Thanks.